This episode is brought to you by Laguna Motors. We make car buying easy. Why waste time with Craigslist clowns and sled lots with trailer offices? Buy with ease. Buy with confidence. Come down to beautiful South Orange County and buy from Laguna Motors. Follow us at Laguna Motors and visit us at LagunaMotorsOC.com. That's LagunaMotorsOC.com.
Good evening. Good afternoon, actually.
Stop flirting with me.
Afternoon episode. So I was trying to be sexy for the, I almost said viewers, for the listeners. Upcoming dates for me. June 14th. I'm going to be at Back to the Grind in downtown Riverside with the Buddy System. George is going to probably be there on some level.
Most likely. George's going to be doing levels.
Yeah, probably. Ooh. Sure. I'm on the first show. And it starts at 8:30?
8:30 show at the Back to the Grind.
Something like that.
Yeah.
8:30 at Back to the Grind in Riverside, so come check that out. And then June 25th at the Ontario Improv is the finals of the Next Best Comedy Contest. So if you want to come root on a friend or see some good comics battle it out for a spot on a show next month, and that's the show to go to. That's 6 p.m. at the Ontario Improv.
6 to 7, solid hour of comedy.
Just all cylinders, you know?
All four of them, because it's an Inland Empire.
Firing on all cylinders. So come out to that. It's going to be a good time.
Fun.
What about you, George?
June 13th, I'm in Upland at A&G Collectibles. Tickets are $10. Showtime starts at 8. There with Patrick Yara, Mikey McKernan. It's run by Stephanie Michelle. Eric Bell, also funny guy. Going to be there on June 13th, 8 o'clock show. June 19th, actually, we're kicking off our first open mic. The Buddy System's got an open mic in Rancho Cucamonga at 19th Street Pizzeria. So it's called Comedy in 19th. It's an open mic, starts at 9 o'clock. There is a one-item minimum for performers, but their pizza's bomb. So if you don't buy anything, that's a loss on your part. June 23rd, I'm at the Ice House in Pasadena, California. That's a 7 o'clock show. Tickets at the door, $8.50. There is a 2-item minimum because that's what you get for doing regular clubs. You get that 2-item minimum, that $8 Red Bull, whatever. They're trying to make a buck. You can buy cheaper shit. Buy beer. Beer's always the cheapest, best deal on the menu. Get that. Get 2 of them. Get 5. June 25th, I am in those finals that Mr. William Henderson is running with your mom's favorite black guy. So, should be a good time. It's going to be a bringer of all bringers, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's just everyone who won. So, it's either way, it's a good show.
Yeah.
And it's a free show. 1-item minimum, but just get a beer. Simple. And then after that, go to the Hideaway and hit that open mic.
Yep.
But that's me. That's June. So once July comes out, I'll start plugging those.
Hadouken! He's on fire! Come here! It's me!
Listen! Bye, guys. Welcome to another episode of Gameboiz. I'm sitting here across the table from my break the mold wearing co-host, dope ass watch wearing, drinking the dope ass coffee.
It's hazelnut.
What?
It's hazelnut.
It's no, it's creme brulee, I believe.
I don't know what that means. I feel like that's just hazelnut in a different language.
Hazel. Mr. William Henderson.
Holler at your boy.
What if someone did holler at you when you said that? Just
I mean, I asked for it. So.
I can't be mad at you now. Yeah. Because that's what you requested.
But at the same time, it's like, that's not what I meant. And you know it.
What if that is what you meant? Because you
it is. I know every time I say it.
You run into people that like take things too literally, and you're like, that's not at all what I meant, but I understand where that came from.
Yeah. I can be that way sometimes. And somebody will say something, and I'm just like taking it literally, and they're like, "I was joking." I'm like, "Oh,
I'm stupid. I apologize."
As a comedian, like, there's some times where I just don't pick up on shit. Like, even if they're like, I don't know, maybe they're just not good at telling jokes.
I was gonna say sometimes it's just a bad joke.
Yeah,
like, you don't get it? No, of course not. That was a terrible. There was no setup. You just threw a punchline at me. You can't do that.
Right.
How's comedy for you?
It's fine.
Fine? Fine?
Yeah,
what are you getting? You've got 3 dates this month, Mr. I only get booked once a month?
2. I don't know.
2?
It's whatever.
Do you not count your mic as a show?
No.
Even though it's once a month and it's kind of a banger sometimes?
I mean, no.
No?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I would definitely smash. If that was my date, I would put that in every flyer. Like, I'm at the Ontario Improv, even if I'm not doing time. Because, flex. Why not? Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
It looks great to everyone else. I think we were talking about this after a show, is that, like, that's our job as California comedians, is to collect the good credits and then use them out of state, go to Denver and be like, I was just at the Ice House. And then they're like, oh, do you want to do 30 minutes? Yep. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 of crowd work.
It's going to be 22 of crowd work, let's be honest.
8 of solid material.
Where you from? Where you from? What's your name?
You better have people in the audience. Or it's going to be a long 30 minutes.
I hate when, like, I'm at a mic and I hear, so where are you from? What do you do for work? It's like, you don't have 3 minutes of things that you thought about on the way here?
Yeah.
Like, do you just shut off the whole day? But I don't get it.
I mean, if it was a good open mic and there was, like, real audience members, like, I wouldn't mind that. I don't have a problem with that.
You don't?
No. But, like, if you're trying to work on crowd work, like, where else are you going to do it?
At a show where it counts, Because then it's off the cuff and you have to be sharp.
But you have to practice.
Yeah, but you don't want them to know that. Like, trial by fire, do it right the first time. You don't think so?
No, I think crowd work is a muscle.
You don't. Crowd work's something you work, though, every time you're on stage. Like, doing crowd work and interacting with the crowd is...
I disagree.
You think so? You have to be present and address things.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's like, you just want to go up and do your material. You have, like, I have these things I want to talk about. But then there are other times, like, especially during the riff-off, where it's like, oh, this person's going to interact. I'm going to work on crowd work now. That's my plan. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And especially at, like, a crowd like at the Getaway on Thursday, where it's like, oh, this is a joke that you worked on and you've tried and you've written out. I'm not going to laugh. That's what it was. That's what it felt like anyway, for me. But, like, if you were interacting with them as a crowd and, like, talking to people, you're more likely to get a reaction.
I guess. I think I get upset when I know, like, when I've seen that comic do that. Like, this is not the first time I've seen you come up on stage and then do nothing. Like, you're wasting time right now, because don't you have material that you worked on that you want to try, but your go-to, 2.5 of your 3-minute set is, where do you work? I'm like, why are you here? There are other people here that did work on, like, 5 minutes that have to chop down there to 3 to work on something.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it just because that's a style of comedy. Like, doing crowd work.
Don't you think everyone's comic, though? Like, that should come standard.
Yes, but I don't think it's something that... Because there are some comics that, like, that's what they do. Joe Coy, that's what he does when he does clubs. Ian Bagg, that's what he does. He does crowd work.
Funny.
He's
that's
great.
That's fair. Every time
like,
I forget about him, and then someone brings it up, I'm like, yeah, no, you're right there.
Yeah, so there, like, it's a style, and I think there are some comics, like Jeselnik, that's just going to go out, do his jokes. Like, he might talk to the crowd, but he's not necessarily interacting with them. He's just doing his
Could you imagine being on the receiving end of one of those fire jokes that came off the cuff from him? Like, just a night-ruining, like, that's why you suck kind of joke from Anthony Jeselnik. You're like, I'm going to go kill myself now. That would hurt.
Not as a comic. As a comic, I'd probably just laugh it off. Unless I felt like he meant it. You know what I mean?
Which is never the case.
Right.
Really.
It's like, he's just a comedian. He's trying to be funny. So
I don't understand when comics take it seriously. Like, if... Okay.
I didn't catch that.
Thank you, Siri. Fucking bitch. But, like, when a comic gets roasted or if they get addressed in the crowd or something, they get a few comics who just get butthurt for no reason, really.
I get, like, shy after I'm off stage and somebody talks about me. I'm like, I don't want to talk.
Like, I don't know if you were there at the Hideaway when someone was talking during someone else's set, another comic, and then the comic addressed it, and then the comic that was talking off stage was like, don't use my name, you don't know who I am, and then, like, they had a little beef at the end of the night. Like, it was very... One, don't talk through his set.
Yeah, obviously.
But two, like, you're a comic, you know what's going on. It's not like he's just attacking you.
Yeah.
And this comic is a sober comic, so it's not like he was drunk talking either. He was just being an asshole.
I want to know.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Damn it.
You had to have been there. It was at a hideaway night. It was a very...
Dude, I don't pay attention to shit.
That's fair. It's important. I mean, it's good. Just like how we said, you have to watch good comedy. I think you have to watch bad comedy too.
I know. I think I have an anxiety problem.
Because you know what it's like. You know what that awkward feels like. Do you put yourself in their shoes too much?
I don't know, dude.
Or do you just struggle with anxiety, sitting at stoplights and shit?
I don't know. There's just something about like being at a comedy show as a comedian where it's just like I see a stage, like I just want to be up there, and if it's not me, I'm just like fuck. Like even after my set, I'm just like I want to go. Like I want to try again. Like I won't because like that's weird to do like 2 sets, but it's like I want to be going longer. You know what I mean? Like I still want to be up there essentially, and like. I don't know. I don't like watching. I'm getting like clammy thinking about it, dude. Like,
do you want me to give you the light right now?
Yeah,
like,
please.
Give me end your fucking
End
suffering.
Nah, but like before my sets, I'm just like I have intense anxiety about going up. Not nervousness, just
You're
anxiety.
anxious.
Yeah. I want to be up there and I want to try this new bit. I want to see if I can get it right. You know, it's probably a mix of nerves and anxiety, but I call it anxiety because I don't want to sound like a bitch.
I think it's okay to be nervous, and it's okay to address that you're nervous. You should be nervous. You know, public speaking is the #1 fear, and you got to kind of be aware of everything that you're doing right now. So
but it's not. I don't know. It's not the talking in front of people that bothers me. It's like the material. It's like the doing well and doing what I think is quality comedy.
Yeah, but we've talked about this. I think you and I have never, like, 2-3 times a year where you're like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. But the rest of the year, you're like, could have did better.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time, like, I feel like people think I'm just trying to be humble or something. It's like, when I say I bomb, it's because I know I could do better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not necessarily what you consider a quote unquote bomb, but it
didn't live up to my standards.
Yeah, on my scale, if I didn't win, it's a lose. Like
and there might be like one joke that doesn't go well, and that's the ruiner.
Yeah,
like 10 seconds of this 5-minute set just ruins my night.
That happened
sometimes.
this week to me. I opened maybe with a joke that had happened that day. It did really well, and then the rest of the set mediocre, and I was like, well, that's a fucking bomb. Like if I had to check it between win or lose, that's a loss. That's definitely a loss because only 45 seconds of that 5-minute set worked.
Right.
And I don't know how to like explain that to the newbies.
Yeah, but some people, they do have one good joke, and it's like, oh, good set. It's like, I mean, that was a good joke.
Yeah. It was a good tag on the jokes you had already heard.
Yeah.
You know? It's strange. I guess, I don't know, you and I have similar but different approaches to comedy. Like, I do get nervous and anxious as well, but I've learned to, like, kind of channel my nerves, and it's like that your ritual before your free throw.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I do very specific things because then it's like I'm going on stage, I'm gonna do okay, and it's like a mental and physical mantra. That? No, but I know that it's gotten to the point where if I don't do my stretch before the show, it's like I feel extra anxious and it doesn't go well. It's not because I didn't stretch, but it's just because I didn't have. It's
different.
Yeah. I can't. It's harder. I'm starting to realize what people call the flow state.
Yeah.
And that you have to reach that if you want to have a good set.
I agree.
Or like you have to reach that in order to have the set that I know I can have. And if I don't, I can still phone it in and have a decent set, but it doesn't feel the same.
Right.
So I just try to stack the deck in my favor, and it's like those nerves and that anxiety just kind of aids the stretch almost. That extra tension makes it feel like a better stretch, and
until you bomb.
Until I bomb.
With those things, with that anxiety, and then it just gets worse.
Then I have to, for the rest of the night, remind myself that nobody remembers the bombs. Like, you remember your bomb. No, you don't. You don't even pay attention. I pay attention to everyone's set, and I don't remember their bomb.
No, I remember my bomb. That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. You remember your bomb, but you're the only one. It's like...
Yeah, but who matters the most? Me. Okay? So that's what's important.
I think I'm so trying to, like, self-please, and I'm like, did they... Yeah. Well, I ruined their night. But it's like, no, I didn't. They don't fucking care.
I don't know. Like, I never think of it that way. I'm just like, I failed to make them laugh. That's how I look at it. Like, even Thursday, like, I didn't like those people, but I didn't blame them.
Yeah.
Like, I was upset with them. Like, man, like, I feel like most of those jokes are pretty proven for the most part.
It is a language barrier thing as well, though. You have to figure out how to
fucking Italians.
dumb it down.
Fucking idiots.
I mean, it's rude to call it dumb it down.
Water it down.
Yeah, water. No, even that, because then you're trying to just distill the raw flavor of your joke so that it crosses.
The potency.
Yeah. You're trying to cross those cultural barriers, and that's what I was like what I was talking about earlier before. Is that like my goal is no longer to make my people laugh. It's like, can I make people that like. I can make people that look like me laugh. That's easy. Yeah. Can I make people that look completely different than me laugh? And on Thursday it happened for 10 seconds, and then the rest of the time nothing. But that's my goal now, is to make everyone else. I respect an undeniable level of funny over killing in your own crowd at this point. Like if you can do maybe
like adjust and figure out what this crowd kind of likes.
Yeah.
But still be yourself.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I'm dealing with this idea in my head that, like, comedy and humor is universal, like math. And what's funny is the human experience. And how do I make my personal experience a human experience instead of, like, isn't it funny in the hood because of us? Like, fucking Mexican-looking people? That's too easy. Like, I don't like being put in a box.
Yeah. Nobody that's truly creative does.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
That's right. Should we talk about video games yet?
I mean, we don't have to.
All right, fuck it.
It's our podcast. We can talk about whatever we want. What's up, guys?
This is now Comedy Boys.
Yeah, Comeboiz. Comeboiz.
Comeboiz.
Did you get that new handheld game, Comeboiz?
I bet you we get a lot more followers if we change your Comeboiz podcast.
Find us everywhere on Podbean, iTunes, Pornhub,
Twitch
Grindr.
TV/Comeboiz.
Is it UM or OME?
It's definitely UM. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know if Twitch would let us have cum. Unless we be like, that's our initials for our middle name. C-U. Our producer.
We have to reason it. We have to write them an email. I'm going to be like, yo, nobody watches your videos anyway. We don't care. So it's fine.
We'll pay you. It's fine. Keep it. All right, yeah, I guess we could talk about video games. I always want to talk about comedy.
So we're going to, I'm sure it'll come up again. The free games from last month. Did you
I only play. You guys got a bad download. We were talking just fine, and you didn't hear it.
Yeah, no technical difficulties there.
No, I only played Edith Finch. I didn't play the other. What was the other one?
Overcooked.
That's right. And then I felt like it was Cooking Mama. So
I don't know what that is.
It's just I think it's on the DS. It's a cooking game where you flip burgers and be a Mexican for a day. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what this game is.
Cooking Papi.
Yeah, my girlfriend didn't like it. Well, she likes it, but it gives her anxiety because she works at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, this is like work, reminds me of work. I'm like, all right, you're boring. But I like it. It's like, I don't know, there's no flipping burgers per se. It's like, get the ingredients, put it in the pot, and then combine the things and serve it and then clean the dishes. Like, and it's very like, it seems like it should be a mobile game. It's like very like Angry Birdsy in that like 3 stars to get the best score is like 3 stars. You know what I'm saying? Like per level.
So what's a level? Do you serve a certain person or a certain amount of people?
It's like they just put things in like the queue.
Oh, okay.
And you have to make those items and serve them.
In a time limit?
Yeah, it's like maybe 5 minutes at most, which like it should be longer for fun. But it's fun for co-op because it's like you get your paths get crossed and you have to like communicate and like it's pretty intense.
Have you ever worked on a kitchen line?
No.
It's so fun.
Really?
It is. If everyone can communicate, it's cool to just watch a well-oiled machine work. It's amazing because you have your sous chef. He's calling out, I need side of beans, side of rice, extra cheese. And you're like, side beans, side rice, heard. You got to acknowledge it. You heard it so that you're making it. Otherwise, he keeps yelling at you.
Right.
And if he has to say it again, he's like, hey, faggot. Like, I need some beans right now, dude. Because you have to, people don't realize that you have to time everything. And until you work in a restaurant, you don't realize that, like, things take time to cook. Everyone's like, where's my food?
Yeah.
Because they're hungry,
like,
which is understandable.
Yeah, but it's like it's not McDonald's.
Yeah, and you ordered a well-done steak. That's 18 minutes, dude, at least.
Minimum.
Yeah, at least. If it's a thin steak, and they're like, well, this is overcooked. I don't know how you overcook well done. Like, I'm going to serve you a hamburger patty next time. But, no, working on a line is fun. It was the first time I realized, like, what good teamwork can accomplish. Because I worked on a line in Chili's, I think, was probably my best team. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people on the line during a busy dinner rush, and most of us are juggling 2 stations. A flat top and a broiler. The one that I was at for the most time was salads, salads, appetizers, desserts. So a lot of plating, but no real cooking. So my presentation skills are impeccable. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. I think you should.
True.
But yeah, just to see what a team can do more than just one person, I think was important for me just a lesson for me to learn as a person. Team's always better than me. Always.
Yeah.
Until
That's
it's on
kind of
stage.
true in Overcooked.
Is it?
Because you can play it single player, and we just like switch back and forth between which like helps. But if you can have, I don't know, if you have 2 people but you're not communicating well, it's going to be rough. But if you have 2 people working well, it'll probably be easier. But there are levels where like the counters, you'll be on like a ship, it'll be swaying, so the counters move.
Oh, that's weird.
So you have to like switch positions and like run around. It's pretty intense.
You're cooking in the middle of 9/11. Good luck.
Yeah, have fun. You're gonna drop floors.
It's like a level change in Mortal Kombat where
Yeah.
you do an uppercut.
Down, girl.
Yeah, really.
Easy, boy.
Jesus. Oh. I
Anyway.
forgot we had a guest.
That's right.
No, I didn't play Overcooked. I only
It's fun.
played Edith Finch.
It's like arcadey,
Can
so
I
it's
get it
like
on my
everything.
phone? That seems like something I'd love
I
to.
don't know. I feel like it was originally, but I have no idea. It seems like it would be better. But it is fun to like control a little guy because they just like run around. They're like little munchkin things, just like. So it's funny, and like when you get behind, it's like, oh fuck. It gets very like, oh shit, like crunch time.
Oh, fuck
So
it.
it's fun, but I could see why like my girlfriend didn't like playing it.
There's nothing so far that I've experienced that gives you the level of oh shit than like being behind on the middle of a dinner rush in a restaurant, front and back of the house. Because like back of the house is cool. You can kind of control that fire, even though it's out of control. You can kind of like cook a little fat. You can take shortcuts to make it work. But front of the house, you're like, I gotta wait for the kitchen to bring your shit out. I have to fill the time somehow. Would you like more soup? Would you like more salad? Would you like but now you have 8 tables and they all need their food at the same time and no one's running food. So that's important to experience too. So I never get mad in restaurants. I get it.
Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm going to be served and I'm not on a crunch. I'm not on a time constraint. I don't understand people that go to a restaurant and are like, we're on a lunch break. And I was like, well, you make bad decisions.
Yeah. Go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Or call your order in ahead of time.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, fine, I'll deal with it. But don't come in and be like, we're on a lunch break. Can you give us a
hurry it
minute?
up?
We need to look at the menu. It's like,
I really wouldn't care
Fucking
about their
rage.
lunch break. If I was you, I wouldn't give a shit.
I try to. I do my best, but at a certain, like, I will usually get their stuff in and out pretty quick. But more often than not, what I've noticed is when they're on a lunch break, they don't give a shit until it's your problem. Like, so
Right.
if all their food's good and gone and they're done eating in 15 minutes, they're going to stay another 30, even though their lunch is a half an hour.
Yeah.
But if their food takes a half an hour, they're like, we need to go.
Right.
like-
right.
You, all right, dude, whatever. So
Yeah.
I've grown a very thick skin and be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
maybe I
we're-
shouldn't play that game.
We're working on it. So.
I'll be right back and then just go check my phone.
Yeah.
I've done that so much. It's like,
I
yeah,
bet.
I'll get that right now.
Yeah.
Peace.
I do that too. People at the where I work, they'll be like, "Oh, can you get my server?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be right back." I don't. Like, they'll probably be here in like 10 seconds, realistically. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Overcooked is fun. But Edith Finch, I think, was the main focus of this month.
How would you describe this? Because this is a very unique game, and I didn't know how to
Yeah.
like put it in a nutshell and describe it for someone
dude,
that hasn't played it.
It's a first-person storytelling game. Almost, I would call it an adventure game. I think that's where I'd classify it. I wouldn't put it as in like puzzle per se. Because it's mostly like first person action almost, and like control.
Like you kind of,
I don't know.
You don't necessarily have choices, but
no, it's pretty straight. It's pretty linear.
Yeah, but there are options. Like if you walk through, because the game starts out, you're in a forest. You're playing as Edith, and she's visiting a home, her old home or whatever.
Yep.
And so the whole game is you basically exploring that house. And so if you know the story, you can speed run through it pretty quick.
That's true.
But there are like little mini stories that are also being told in said environment, in the kitchen, in the basement, like
each bedroom.
Yeah. So
there's like 17 like it's a huge house. Like it's not just like a normal house, it's houses stacked on top of each other essentially into a tower. It's pretty dope.
It's like the Weasley house in Harry Potter.
It's kind of like
it's
that.
Just built upon, if the Winchester Mystery House wasn't so creepy and more cartoony, that's what like Edith Finch would be, because it's just vertical.
I was like scared playing this game for like the first little bit, and then eventually I was like, oh, this isn't like a gotcha.
I thought it was.
I thought it was too, but it's really not.
That's why I went so slow exploring everything. I was like, something's gonna come out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But it was really just here's a story.
Even like halfway through going to the basement, I was like, oh, this is where they're gonna get me.
Yeah, for sure. But even that was just a setup, really.
Yeah.
To mess with you.
It's I couldn't think of another game like it. Really.
But at the same time, it's like eerie and dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though I knew I wasn't gonna get like jump scared, it was like, this is kind of creepy and kind of freaky. Like, I don't know. It was hard to.
It was creepy, I think, because it's all
empty.
It's empty. It's
but
quiet, and you're still like the common theme in the story is death.
Yeah.
So it's inherently dark.
Yeah.
And they talk about a curse and all.
Right,
those
but
things.
it does. I guess spoilers, but it doesn't really.
Yeah, this is a review. Fuck all of you. You guys, it's already. You're gonna have to pay for this game if you want it.
It's. What was I gonna say?
The curse?
Yeah, it's just like, well, nothing was really answered. It didn't really answer questions by the end, you know? It was just like, we kind of made it up on our own.
Yeah. What's the game's title is What's Left of Edith?
What Remains.
What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah.
So I guess in that sense, they're literally answering that question by the end. What remains of Edith Finch? And it's like, that remains.
Child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I enjoyed the storytelling a lot more than I thought I would. The interesting use, it reminded me of a kind of like an Ape Escape. It's like, oh, you guys are using the controls a lot different than most games do. Like you're controlling a kite, and you have to find the words so that they continue the story.
That was cool. Yeah, there were a lot of cool like cinematic-y moments when you're like on the swing. That one was cool. Went
like,
all
when
the
is
way
it gonna
around.
happen?
Yeah, that was cool. The water one where you're the little kid in the bathtub.
Oh yeah, that's dark.
Cool, very dark.
That was so dark. I was like, this is going exactly how it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
shit.
it was weird.
What's the first? So, yeah, if you haven't played it, spoilers. So you go through the game. You start as Edith Finch. As you're going through the stories, you become first person in those stories. So like Edith Finch will find a book in her house, of someone's diary, and she'll read it, and it'll be their last entry. And what you're doing is you're first person playing through that entry of like where that person's life was and why they died. Because Edith is on her own little journey of like, what happened to my family?
Yeah.
So,
and even then they don't really like, they're like, yeah, they always talk about the last night, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah. Why did they have to storm out?
Yeah, I don't understand.
It just seemed like grandma got mad one night and mom was also mad. So like, we're leaving, we're moving out.
Yeah.
It was very like,
it was weird.
Yeah, I was expecting
not a lot of questions were answered by the end. It was just like, here's the story.
Yeah. But then again, it almost seemed like just like Edith was told stories by her family, and instead, like, she was told extravagant, very big stories where what happened actually was just accidents and just happenstance. So the whole, like, and then the last night, it becomes this big story, but it's just a little family squabble, It kind of highlights everything that, like, no, there's the story, and then there's what really happened, and then everything is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So thematically it makes sense, but it did leave for a very unsatisfying feeling.
Yeah, and it was very short.
Yeah. What was your game time on this?
I have no idea.
A few hours,
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe 3 hours at the most.
And that's. I took my time.
Yeah, I looked for everything. I like pinned the stick to the side and just walked around the walls.
Yeah, pretty much
until something lit up.
But like not a whole. It wasn't like pretty much everything you come across.
Mm-hmm.
There are like some trophies. All the trophies in this game are pretty easy to get. It's like look through all the peepholes in the doors, which I didn't know you could do the first time through.
Yeah, same.
So I might have to go through that. I think that's the only trophy I need. The other one is like replay the swinging mission, and I was like, that's fine. That was cool.
I want to go back and see if I can get the key early on.
You can't.
You can't?
Nope.
Oh,
I tried. I know.
They should let you do that.
I agree.
So that goes, what happened? You know, because there are like
a different. Yeah, but not in that game. It's two.
But you could get two separate storylines to get to the same point. You know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a long.
So many people would hate this game because they're like, it's fucking what do they call it? It's so railroady.
It is,
it's
but
not
it's
like open enough.
It's unique.
Yeah,
in that sense.
That's what's cool about it.
It's not a $60 game. I don't know how much it's sold for. It might only be exclusively free, but
it should be $10.
I think $10 is the very most it could go for.
That's the most I would pay for it.
Yeah,
just because it's not long enough. If there was more to it, I'd be like, yeah, let's.
Yeah, what would you do? How could you do online play? Because I was thinking about that. Like, how do you make this multiplayer?
When I first downloaded it, it asked me if I wanted to download single player or creative.
Oh yeah,
but I never saw anything once I got in the game that was like creative. So I was like, that was weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might have to go back. I might delete it and then see if, because it's already in your library is downloaded, you know. So maybe if you restart the download, it'll take you back to the very beginning. Like, which version do you want?
I think you can still get it until like the 5th or something.
Oh well, I mean, guys, check it out. It's on PlayStation Network. We spoiled it for you, kind of.
It's still a good game.
Yeah, the end when you said it felt abrupt. I agree that
it just ended.
It felt like there should have been like 10 or 15 more minutes.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we're getting to it was like we're coming to the climax here, and then
yeah, or even if it was like a 17 years later.
I want a monster. I was waiting to see, you know what I'm saying?
The lake monster?
Yeah, I was waiting to see some kind of like entity or like, I was waiting for it to get more like mystical. Even more so than it already kind of was.
Yeah. Fucking Animorph shit. That was
cool.
The
dopest.
That was so cool.
The rolling down the hill as the shark was so funny.
Yeah. I felt like I was playing Red Dead and I went down too steep of a hill.
I felt like it could have been a Roblox game. Roll the shark down the hill. That definitely could be a Roblox game.
Roll something down the hill. Roll what? Shark!
Yeah, and as you destroy it, you get money, and then you can buy different color sharks. And if you have
different kinds of sharks?
If you have Robux, you can get them without rolling. You know,
you can get a hammerhead shark.
You can get one that changes colors, like a fucking lit up disco ball.
Yeah, for 10 Robux, it would be like that Nyan Cat rainbow that follows it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you make a Roblox game? I want to do that.
I don't know. I feel like it can't be that hard. I feel like it's like building Legos.
It's gotta be.
It's like it's not hard, but it kind of like.
I don't like that you caught me playing one day.
I was at work.
You were at work even? I think I was downloading something and I was like, I'll try that superhero one. And then
ridiculous.
After I built my second level, I was like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah, like why am I wasting my time on this?
I went to reply to your text and realized like, oh, I just lost everything. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. I got all the play I wanted out of it anyway.
Yeah, it's such temporary like enjoyment.
Yeah. Even the PS1 had a memory card, though. Come on.
Right? Like, get it together.
Save as, I don't know, Control S. But yeah, Edith Finch, would you recommend it to anyone?
Yeah, for free. Yeah,
for
sure.
Free.
Yeah, if you get it for free, absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like a movie that you're in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're in a fantasy / real world, and it's first person. And
the way the words popped up was cool.
Yeah.
Even if you're deaf, you could play this game.
You're living a storybook, but you're going through an adventure. And
right.
It's cool. It's a very, like, if you played Kingdom Hearts, the 100 Acre Wood level was a side level with a book. It's kind of like a whole game where you're in a book, and it's I highly recommend it. Highly, actually, yeah. Because I to this day can't think of another game that's even kind of close to it.
Despite the ending.
Yeah. Despite, just stop playing it. You'll know when to stop playing it. You're like, am I going through I am. This is weird. This is really weird. But then you realize that they killed a child earlier. So they killed a lot of children, actually.
A lot of kids died in that show.
The KDR for this game is amazing.
Yeah, dude, you're killing it, literally. Crushing.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of KDR, though.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, what is with this?
Dude.
If you guys can explain it to us and help us out, apparently Treyarch is re-releasing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4, right? That's what it is at this point?
Well, now this one's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's how you separate the two.
Stupid.
It is very stupid.
I don't get it.
I think it's gonna be like this. I think it's gonna have the same characters as the first game. There was like the one guy in that game that was really popular.
Right? I think it was Soap.
That was the guy you played, but the guy that you went on missions with, that older guy, was it like Price or some shit like that? Oh, yeah. I think he's back as a character. I think this is just a game that people really liked, and I think that the remastered version probably did really well. Mm-hmm. So they're like, let's just do it again with different story missions. Like, I mean, because they've pretty much done every kind of warfare at this point. It's like, what are you going to do now? Like, Revolutionary War?
Yes.
I would be down.
Do it. Do it like Gears of War style, third person, so that you only get one shot and you have to hide behind shit.
But, like, that's not how the war was fought. Well, I mean, kind of was.
Yeah. Aim small, miss small. I watch a lot of the Patreon.
The problem with games being in that era is that you'd have to do, like, battle, like, field. Like, that would have to be a part of the game. You know what I mean? And I don't think people wouldn't want to do that. Imagine if you get 300 people online and just standing there like, I guess I'll just take one shot and see if I get hit back.
I'm in.
Wasn't it stupid how they would do war back then?
Yeah, but it was like what do they call a gentleman's agreement almost?
I guess.
We fight with honor. It's like, that's dumb.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
You said the people that are saying that aren't the ones that are dying.
Yeah.
Aren't the ones on the front line. Yeah. So fuck that shit, dude.
It's always been weird too to not, like, I get it to not lead from the front lines, but I respect the people so much more that did.
That's why I like Game of Thrones is badass when all, like, the kings. That's why nobody liked fucking Joffrey. He's a pussy. Yeah. Never went to battle.
No, he did for like 10 seconds and then had to go to the Red Keep because go get my son.
I mean, not really. He didn't really fight though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Tywin did. Or like, even Robert Baratheon, was even more.
Tywin's hands down one of my favorite characters in the whole
he's
show.
Great.
Like,
I can't wait to watch it again.
That's the devil. He's the devil. It's Tywin Lannister. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Even with the ending, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back and with full 2020, we'll see how this plays out.
It'll be fine.
I'll reserve. We'll revisit this.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna take you to go through it?
I have no idea. I haven't even started up it because I want to watch other shit too. Like, there's a new Chernobyl show on HBO that looks cool.
They have Chernobyl's just been a theme lately. They're coming out, or it already came out, with a Chernobyl survival horror game. That looks pretty dope. It's zombie-ish, but it's radiation.
It's a fantastic story. That disaster. Pretty incredible. But I watched like True Detective season 3 with Mahershala Ali.
Who's that?
Crushed it. This black dude.
I assume so.
He was in Moonlight,
but not Black Panther.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't care.
I have no idea. But he was fantastic. That season. After the second season, it was a good comeback. Because the second one was like, meh. The first one was good. Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey as detectives.
I wish I had a good Matthew McConaughey.
It sounds weird. It sounds weird, but he's fantastic in that. So the first and third seasons are good. Second season's okay. But anyway, yeah, Call of Duty.
Dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. I mean, people are going to buy it. The
are
fans,
they though?
The big fans. Of course they are.
How well do remastered
Because it'll be
really
the newest one, and somebody's gonna have to be like the best, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's gonna like, people compete.
Yeah,
and it's the newest one, so it's gonna be, of course.
There's gotta be like a greatest hits map, like, or of maps too. There's gonna be like a Nuketown. There's gonna be.
Well, there wasn't Nuketown in that one yet, was it?
No, but I'm
Black
saying
Ops.
if they're going to remaster,
Oh.
they're totally fine with it. They're going to redo the classic favorites.
They'll put it in there, I'm sure.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. You said Colonel Price is going to be maybe.
I think
Is that
it
what it
was
sounded like? Lieutenant Price. Doesn't he like?
Get it right. I think he
Doesn't
dies
he
at the end of the first
betray
one.
everyone? Or is, am
Fuck
I
it,
thinking
I don't remember,
Modern
dude. This
Warfare
game
2?
was like 12 years ago.
Really though, yeah. I think I
know.
played it on Xbox.
Treyarch is like, we have a completely new audience now, so we can just re-release shit.
Yeah.
You know, they have new 12-year-olds, and like,
Oh, there's gonna be emotes in this game.
like 10 to 18-year-olds didn't really play the first one, probably.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
I
I don't like
until
that,
the
like-
remastered one came out.
Yeah, bad ideas make money.
Yeah,
Not bad idea, but it's like, okay, give me something new. I guess they are though. Hopefully, we'll see.
I
We'll
feel
see.
like we're just
was
getting
there a release
old.
date?
Yeah, October 20
Oh,
something.
fuck. Right in time for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say we're getting old?
Yeah, we're getting
Fucking
old
rude.
because that's how old people think, dude. Like this
That's how
fucking
you
this
think.
fucking new shit they're coming out with. It's like, you know, that's I don't know. That's how I feel. Anytime something like this comes up, it's like I think we're just getting old. What are you doing?
I gotta blow my nose.
Oh, gross. Oh, wow.
There's something in there for sure. Like cocaine. The one drug I don't do.
Just found its way into your nose.
Yeah, it's
somehow.
like they were like, "Does this smell like cocaine?" I was like, "Let me check."
So the free games this month. Let's move on from Call of Duty because fucking
We're gonna talk about it again.
I'm sure we
one of
will.
us is gonna buy it. I'm sure, probably me.
it definitely won't be me.
I'm gonna be like, dude,
So,
no. They
for
have
yourself.
Fortnite emotes in it now. It's gonna be. I hated that.
you
aspect
can
of it.
floss,
I don't even floss in real life. So,
dude. If you do, I hate you. That's the bottom line.
I'm talking about flossing my teeth. I skip that sometimes too.
Yeah, that too. I hate you if you do that because it makes me feel bad about myself.
Don't tell your mom that.
I know. I don't even think she floss. She's a dental hygienist.
She uses a water pick.
Probably. She gets shit like
Fancy.
that for free.
That's dope. I would use it
Yeah.
if I had it.
Yeah, for sure. So the free games this month, I honestly don't know if I'm going to download either of them.
What are they? Talk to me. Feed me.
One of them, Sonic Mania, which I think is just like a collection of Sonic games. And
I wonder if Sony was like, God damn it, that movie was supposed to come out, you fucks. We were supposed to get so many subscribers because of this game.
that Sonic movie looks like garbage.
It does. I agree.
So
There was a right way to do it, and that's not
that
it.
wasn't it.
Not even close.
They should have done it just 2D. That would have been dope.
They should have did it where like most of the movie's in 2D, but Sonic knows he's supposed to be 3D, so he's trying to figure out the world and stuff. And he's,
Dude, that would be cool.
then, and like in the third act, he pops up, and now you got live action Sonic,
Whoa.
right? And then live
That
action.
leads into a second movie.
Yeah, exactly.
know?
Now you can have that in 3D and stuff, and
right.
then he meets Pikachu.
See, they fucked up.
They
These
did.
motherfuckers need to hire us immediately.
Yeah, I
bring
agree.
us your scripts, and we'll be like, no. No, actually, bring us your final movie, and then we'll change
Yeah,
it
let
up.
us show it to us. They have that watermark that says for like awards use only or
Yeah.
something. Have you downloaded that shit?
No.
Where you're like, who gave this out? Like this, you're not supposed to do this, but thank you so much. I think that's how I saw Wolverine Origins, like in its entirety. I saw it when it got leaked. Do you remember when that fucking happened?
No,
Or
because I don't give a shit
it-
about
but-
Wolverine.
It's even worse
Origins.
than leaving a Starbucks cup. They let out or they didn't. Someone leaked out a version with unfinished CG, and I'm talking
Oh
like
wow,
grayscale wireframe.
really?
There were a few where they're like you could the pulley string for the actor wasn't taken out yet. Like this is 10 weeks out from being really done. Like nothing. There were scenes that are unfinished. And I saw that, and then I saw another leaked version that had awards only, and I was like, this movie's not getting any awards.
That's
Who
why
are
they
you sending
released
this
it.
out? Yeah. Why are you?
Would it have been funny if you like saw the movie and then that's just how it was? Like
Yeah,
that
they're
was
like, it was meant to be.
Yeah, that's how it was.
I mean, I would give them props for committing to that. That's
well, they
funny.
clearly weren't going for a special effects award.
No, fucking, it was so
They were going for best dialogue.
bad.
So
No, they Deadpool. You're familiar with relatively. Deadpool is the most talkative character in the Marvel universe, and in that movie, they sewed his mouth shut. Like, didn't even use the character.
We don't want to pay Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So
no, it was Ryan Reynolds.
How do you know?
Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool. He played Deadpool in that movie. In Origins, and they sewed his mouth shut.
But how do you know it was him?
Because it was still his face.
Wait, I thought you didn't. But why didn't he just put his mask on him?
Exactly, dude. They made so many bad decisions in this movie.
Oh, I'm glad I'm never gonna watch it. So
we should watch it just to roast it.
Nah,
no,
I don't even want to do that.
Rude. All right, so Sonic Mania. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent as I usually do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like I don't mind Sonic, but it's not something I'm gonna download.
They should have, and I've tweeted this, and I'll say it again. They should have made this and Detective Pikachu into a Super Smash Brothers universe.
I think they're going to. I think there's talk of that because I actually saw an article about that. Like the people that made those movies are like did an interview talking about how they would
the fact that Legend of Zelda is not already a movie.
Yeah, that's a good point,
rude.
Dude. That's a really good point. That would make for a really good dude. You could do a trilogy.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to just do every game. You can do the Ocarina. You can do Majora's Mask.
That's true. You could make it a series, a Netflix series. It would be fine.
I'd watch that over Marco Polo.
Would you do live action Netflix series for Zelda?
Yeah. Who would we cast as Link? Who would be your cast? All right, we're gonna do this right now. How old you cast? Is Link? That depends on which version you're doing because.
All right, let's start at the beginning. What's the first one?
We'll say teenage Link. He's like 16, 17.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can look any age. He's amazing.
Yeah, but he's also
he played Ted Bundy.
He's my height. Dude.
He's amazing.
He's like 5'8".
So what? He's perfect. He's a teenager.
It's distracting. Like when he did The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman, who's like 6'2".
Yeah.
Like they have to have Efron on the top staircase while Hugh Jackman's on the lower one dancing. It is fucking.
I mean, Zelda's not supposed to be big. Or not Zelda. Link is not supposed to be big.
Okay, speaking of Zelda, who would you cast as your Zelda? Princess Consuela.
I'm trying to remember what she looks like in the game.
I mean, it kind of depends on what game we're playing.
Really? They don't.
Yeah, because you have the Game Boy version, and then you have
64
the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but I never made it that far. I wasn't smart enough.
I had one of those Game Shark things that I just.
Oh, you just cheated. Okay,
yeah. I eventually played it, but I also wasn't smart enough to listen to her go listen. And it's like I'm busy. I don't want to listen to you.
I listen to you, but I can only hear like 4 words.
That's a great one too, though. Just do the whole Ocarina of Time because there's so many environments. Like you can have a trilogy and have one boss be the whole movie.
Yeah,
and then end number 3 with Ganon. That'd be dope.
Sure. I don't know him that well, but I believe you.
He's the one who kidnapped the princess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's time traveling in that one too. Oh.
Yep.
I'm still all right.
Fucking up.
My Link.
Then you'd have to make like a Kirby movie.
Dude, I was thinking about how you'd make a dope Kirby movie. Like, it could be like a science experiment. Kirby's this weird science experiment.
But why do we always have to bring it into our world? Why can't we have it in Kirby world? Like it's just Kirby. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
They always want to make it be like real people with real people. Like we don't need to do that.
Well, I guess when you do things like that though, it's like
oh, that'd be so crazy.
Yeah, it's you want to see fantasy in the real world.
In perspective.
Yeah, like augmented reality is a thing. It's dope as fuck. So
yeah, that's fair.
You want to see what it's like if our worlds intertwine. So a cool Kirby movie could be like do it maybe like Stitch, how he was an experiment. He didn't know who he was and he had to learn who he was throughout the movie, but it's a problem for Kirby because he keeps sucking up other people's personalities and he doesn't know who he is. But then by the end, you find out who Kirby is and his purpose, and then he meets Pikachu, and then they fight. Like,
wow, that is so.
It's a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery.
Not want to be the person that writes that.
You don't have to. It's already
terrible.
written.
We just wrote it. You
I did it for you.
You did it.
So, Link, there's so many characters you could play with.
Yeah.
Star Fox could be like just a fucking Fox Top Gun. That'd be dope.
A movie on its own for sure. Bradley Cooper.
I was thinking Bradley Cooper could be Captain Falcon.
Sure. I don't really know what that is.
The dude.
I'm sorry.
Falcon Punch.
Sure.
No.
I just don't. I mean, I know the name, but I'm not familiar with that character. You know what I mean?
So this is how you learn about those characters: is their Smash Brothers universe.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna. I probably won't even watch all those. I'll probably treat them like superhero movies at some point. After like the fourth one, I'm like, you guys. Like,
you want another? Yeah, no, I get you. You want another one. I don't understand where you're going with this.
Sure, man. Sure.
What else did we? What else was
the second game?
Yeah.
What is
download free game? I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah. Is Borderlands, the Handsome Collection.
Which one's that?
I don't know. I think it's like 1 and 2. But I don't know. I had Borderlands 2, I think, for the PS3 that I played with my girlfriend before I got my PS4. And
Borderlands 2, is that the one with what's Clackstrap or whatever? The robot guide thing?
I think so. Yeah. But it was, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, games on split screen, it's like, it's really confusing sometimes.
It's almost like a step back.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we can do this from 2 separate televisions.
Yeah. Right.
Like, this is supposed to be a full field experience.
Right. And that's the problem you run into with that game, like with menus in the split screen, like it's like you can't see everything, and I don't know.
Can you change it between vertical and horizontal split screen?
Not
because I didn't have friends when I played Borderlands, so no one ever really played.
I don't think it's meant to be played like split screen co-op, you know, like that's how we did it because that's what we had. But it's not a game that I'll get again unless she really wants to do it. But
does she like games like that?
I don't think
Borderlands
so.
was another one that was very interesting, and
it was it's unique. Yeah, it's different. I mean, it kind of spawned a bunch of different games, like that Rage game.
Oh yeah,
is kind of similar to Borderlands.
Yeah,
so
forgot about that.
Actually, those might be made by like similar, like a company that I think they have somebody in common. I don't know who,
like Treyarch and Activision and
kind of. Yeah, some agreement like that.
Yeah, the people that made the Modern Warfare made Titanfall 2. So it's like, yeah, no wonder that game's good. Like,
yeah, right.
You just brought your talent to a different studio.
Yeah, different project.
Which is crazy when you think about, like, when you see movie credits and video game credits, you like, so many people worked on this, but then you see another team of, like, do a different game, and you're like, all right, did you bring all 80 of you over, or is it just, like, 3 or 4?
Right,
or,
right.
Where's the talent lie? Because you can follow them sometimes.
I feel like a lot of that is, like, from the upper... Like, they're like, this is how we do it. This is how it's going to be done.
Like the department heads.
Yeah, like the top engineer, whatever the fuck they call them. Like, the project, like, overseer almost. Like, they're going to be like, this is how we want it to work, and we're not going to let you go. Because that's how they work. That's how they operate.
And then they're like, hey, we have to redo Sonic now. So you're working 30 more weeks.
Yeah,
have fun.
You have a job still.
That must be nice. You're like, oh, I don't know where to work. Do you think with that movie, the art department was like, we don't want to make it look like that, but the producers, like the EP, was like, too bad.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's so bad. It
was not good.
And then when I saw who was playing Robotnik in the movie, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. I'm a Jim Carrey fan.
Me too, but that feels like you were just...
Pick a short, like, stubby dude. Should have been like the dwarf from Lord of the Rings.
Gimli guy?
Yeah, it should have been more like him.
Yeah. That was dope.
But that's how I remember, like, the guy from Sonic being.
Same. That's why he had to have that thing to fly around in, because he was too fat. Like, that was the
motorized scooter.
Yeah, that was the juxtaposition between Sonic and Robotnik, was that Sonic was lean, fast, and could go everywhere, and because Robotnik was not, he had to rely on technology, and that's how we beat Sonic. Like,
right.
You kind of nullify that if Jim Carrey's walking around talking out of his ass, literally.
Wow, reference to another movie.
Semi-deep cuts.
Ace Ventura reference. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which, as a movie, still holds up. It's so good.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah.
The first one's so good.
Yeah, the second one, when he's doing spitballs at the dude trying to, like, literally become a man, is like, that's rude, but
Earthquake
hilarious.
test.
Quick, hit the lights. Hit him, quick. You must be the Monopoly guy.
Just fucking knocks him out.
Thanks for the free parking.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. How boring are we on a podcast?
We're not. Not at all.
what else is there to talk about? I don't know. Borderlands, I'm not into those like first person open world. I'm just like, I don't know, it doesn't.
It's almost too big.
It seems too big. But when you're in third person, it's more like I'm kind of like a god almost. Like I'm control. Like it's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a different feeling. Like it's cool to see your character too, especially in a game where it's like, oh, I'm getting armor. And stuff like that.
Like Fallout.
Yeah,
but you've never played.
I've never played Fallout.
Yeah,
but I mean, I know it. But it's like Skyrim. It's like I'm getting all this stuff, but then I look at my character. I'm like, wow, I look stupid. And it's like that's part of the fun is like making your guy look cool.
Yeah. We talked about that when like customizing your cars first came out. It's like it is really a game changer once you can see the changes being made. Because I've definitely taken like point reductions on armor that looked cooler.
Yeah,
like for sure. It's like this is gonna be hard. Oh well, I look dope as fuck.
And that's why like World of Warcraft, they started doing like 2-3 years ago. They started doing like they called it transmogrification, where like you, as long as you had an item in your possession of some sort, you could make one of the items you're wearing look like that item. So like I could go back to like
keep
old,
the stat.
I could go back to old raids and get like sets of gear that looks dope and then change my gear to look like that. Even like it's top level gear, but it looks like level 60 40-man raid gear. But I just went in and soloed those raids.
Yeah, that's a great feature because otherwise, what's the point? Like,
and especially like because a game like World of Warcraft or even like Fallout, Skyrim, it's like it is very stat driven. You want the best stats, but there is that thing of like you want to look cool while you do it.
I spent so many gold bars in Red Dead buying clothes.
Yeah, dude, I got this great emote that cost 1 gold bar. It's called the Prospector Jig. And he just fucking like claps his hands, just does like swinging his arms back and forth. He goes, wee-hee-hee-hoo. It's so funny, dude. I can't wait to show you.
I've seen some silly ones, and it's getting ridiculous too now. Now that no one's really afraid of getting shot all the time, people just stand in the center of the street, just dancing. Sometimes it's funny.
Yeah, it's way more. It's way more fun of a game now.
And then when I do the gunshot in the air, sometimes they freak out and they shoot me. But
you deserve it.
That just means I'm coming back to get you with a hatchet. I pissed some guy off with a varmint rifle. He started yelling at me.
He started yelling at you?
Yeah, he was like, because it hasn't been nerfed, the varmint, and I don't think you can.
Crazy. You really can't.
Because it's a headshot.
Headshot.
Yeah. The range has been fixed, definitely, but I can still get a headshot from pretty fucking far away because of the accuracy. So
also you can get a scope on that too, but I almost never use scopes unless I'm like hunting.
Like same. I have a one of the repeaters is scoped so that I can brain a deer from far away.
Oh, see, I don't use a repeater that much. I usually go with a rifle, like my sidearms. You know,
I guess. Yeah, the bolt action's really the way to go, but I just like the idea of using a repeater for a hunting rifle.
I did get a sniper rifle.
Did you? Which one?
The Rolling Rock.
Oh yeah. That was dope. That's
a beer though. Are you sure that I think isn't that a beer? Rolling Rock?
Rolling Rocks?
The green?
It might be the Rolling Block rifle.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Either
it's
way.
like the 50 cal of the game.
Yeah, there is one that's better. The Carcano.
Is it a B or a C?
It's a C. I checked it last time.
You're like, am I wrong? How wrong am I? Again, this is how hard we recommend Red Dead is because every podcast it gets brought up.
It's so fun.
It's just they really listened. Rockstar listened to a lot of their community and did what they wanted, and then gave you what you didn't know you wanted. So
I don't like that. Like some of the dailies will be like complete a herb picking contest, and you can't do that solo. You have to do that in a posse.
Yeah, I was waiting for a bird shooting contest because I'm like, oh, that's mine. That's all I do. Fuck you. Right? I will fuck all of you up.
Yeah, we have to do it in a posse.
It's dumb.
It is. I should just be able to get in one. Like, I don't know. I got into a fishing challenge once. It just popped up. I was fishing once. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. I didn't catch a single fish.
Same. There's like 30 people around the same watering hole.
Just laying down 19-pound fish. It's like, all right, dude. Like, I guess you
fuck
win.
it. Yeah.
I quit after like 5 minutes.
I did learn how to use the dead eye though for fish. That helps.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So or not the Eagle Vision.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That I didn't start doing that till very recently.
You know what sucks is you can't shoot fish.
Right? What if you can? You just gotta be good.
I don't think you have to calculate the refraction of the bullet.
Yeah. Rockstar, that's what I want. I want a fishing arrow.
Yeah, dude, with a fucking rope on it, that would be sick.
An arrow lure. There you go. And then I have to unlock it. Yeah, I have to
and
unlock
it
it at
costs
level 40.
$7,000 at the fence.
Or 16 gold.
Dude, they're fucking like, they're split point pamphlet. I can get it, but it's like $385.
That's
I'm like,
dumb.
you guys, like, to etch X's into my fucking...
You know what's really dumb is like you're just trying to further your education and it's super expensive and super relevant. Like you, especially in the real world, like you're just trying to further your education. Cool, give us $80,000.
Yeah.
Like I just want
what?
I just want to read those books. Yeah, give us $2,000 for those books.
Yeah. You can't read those for free. You can sell them back to us for like 10% face value, but
you can sell it back for store credit.
Fucking ridiculous.
Dumb.
Yeah, Red Dead's great.
Amazing. Do you have any purchases on the horizon?
I don't think so.
Any game coming out that you're like, that looks dope?
Not on my mind.
Nothing? Same. I think we're going to start getting announcements very soon. It is summertime, so...
Yeah, and especially, like, definitely the time for the big games is the fall.
Yeah.
So, right before Christmas is when all the good games
She's
come
going
out.
to get cray.
So we'll see. I don't know. What is June?
Mm-hmm.
Next month? During this, the next 2 months, there should probably be a lot of announcements.
Yeah.
When is
E3? I don't know.
I don't know.
It would be dope if we could go.
Yeah, somebody get us passes.
I think you can get E3 passes pretty, not easily, but it's relatively straightforward. I'll look into it. So one of my buddies I know just had a camera and was like, yeah, I got a media pass for this place. And I was like, oh shit. All right, well, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll try. Unless one of our 10 listeners has a hookup. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Or you want to go with us. If you bankroll the whole thing, I'll go. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll drive us if you bankroll everything.
We'll figure it out, maybe. I would like to go to, like, BlizzCon, too. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'm in.
We need to be more popular.
Let's do that for our, we'll buy Halloween costumes, but way in advance and just wear that.
Just terrible Halloween costumes. And all these people with these amazing cosplay, and we're just walking they're like Power Rangers.
Yeah, you can be the White Power Ranger.
Nope.
Come on.
We talked about this. I'm the green one.
I'd be the yellow one from Ninja Storm.
There's a yellow. Oh, he's Asian.
Yeah. No, from Ninja Storm. The yellow one I think is
it's gotta be
Mexican or something. I don't know.
Still racist.
Actually, he might be Asian now that I think about it. Oh shit. All right, guys.
At least the black one wasn't a black dude.
Yeah.
That would have been like, ugh. Yeesh. You guys.
What else was there?
Was there a black one in the original?
There was a black yellow ranger.
That's right. You're right. Yep.
Aisha, she got it because Trini died. She got into a car accident or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so they had to recast it.
In the show. Oh, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So that's why she got
And
black.
in the show, ironically. That's how they wrote her out. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How rude would that be, dude?
You're a Power Ranger.
That's how you get written out of the show you're on, the same way that you died in real life. That'd be so weird. Anyway.
They make bad casting decisions in Power Rangers frequently. Like they cast a fucking 15-year-old 5'2" boy as a 6'1" man. Like it was very odd. Do you remember that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Power Rangers Turbo, I want to say. They're Blue Ranger.
I don't think I watched that far.
You didn't?
I don't think so.
Dude, I went all the way. I
feel
still
like...
pop in once in a while to see how ridiculous it is.
Dude, they have the original on Netflix.
Nice.
But I feel like the name changed. Like they call it something else. It's weird. It's not like on Netflix. It's called something else, but in the show, it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But that's not. I don't know. It was strange.
Huh?
I'll have to find it again.
Just trying to sell toys. I get it.
Talking right now, but
we can talk about Power Rangers games for another hour, but we won't. Thanks, guys, for listening to this episode of Gameboiz. Come to our shows. Come to June 25th. We need an audience because I'm not gonna bring anyone. Let's be honest.
Nope.
So it'll be fun though. Come to see us. How he hosts, I mediocrely perform. Thanks for listening. Catch us everywhere you catch podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at the Slim Henderson, at the George F, at the Buddy System CO, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Hadouken! He's on fire! Come here! It's me! Listen!